You know what? Since I know you've been on crypto for a long time, a lot of people got in crypto. Me, I've been in crypto since last year was when I really was like something here. My brother kept on talking about it way too much, and I was like, fine, fine, I'll listen to you and just do Ethereum.
Right.
But you've been in this for a long time, so my question now is like, are we all just drinking the Kool-Aid, or is this like actually something? Because I'm
You
just
know,
I'm
yeah,
just like I'm not sure.
no. So yeah, I used Bitcoin for the first time in like 2015. And I'd heard about it actually like when I was in high school in 2011. I
Wow.
remember reading an article about the Winklevoss twins and how Bitcoin had just hit like $1 billion in market cap or something. And I remember getting on my laptop and trying to mine it on my laptop in like 2011. It was
Wow.
confusing as hell, and I was like, What is this garbage?" I was like, well, I don't understand anything. This was back when there was like no user interface at all. And so I just like I was like, oh, this is stupid. Right. And then back in college, it popped up again when the whole Silk Road thing was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that Bitcoin thing, it's still around, huh? And once again, it kind of fell to the wayside and I didn't really think about it. And then 2015, like occasionally I would play like online poker. And if you played online poker at all, it was always a pain in the ass if you used a credit card because they would sometimes deny it because they're like, what website is this? Right. It's like some offshore company.
Yeah.
And so that's when I was like, oh, they like accept Bitcoin deposits. And that's the first time I used it. It was like, you deposit $50. I was like, holy shit, my money didn't disappear. And it's like I just sent like electronic money. What is going on? I was like, all right, okay. So like I would use it once in a while. But I didn't actually start buying it until like 2016 and the very small amounts, right?
Yeah.
Like my thing was all about risk. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'd throw smaller amounts. But what's interesting is I went through that 2017 cycle. And I actually, if you go back to my YouTube videos back in 2017, I actually watched one because someone commented on it. They're like, oh, this is weird watching this like now. And I watched it and I actually talked about how there was like euphoria in the markets and I'm taking profits because like your dentists, your average Joes, they're like going all in. Like, this is just crazy. Like, these people are taking out leverage. And I think like we're getting close to that point again,
Oh yeah.
probably.
Oh yeah.
And my problem once again is like I didn't ride the like extreme speculative side of things. Don't get me wrong, like I did pretty well with my portfolio because when I learned about it in 2017, it's like I always trim profits when things were euphoric.
Yeah.
I trimmed it to a percentage of my like net worth or portfolio that I was comfortable with, and then I just kept on investing every month. That's it.
Yep.
So like 2018, 2019, when no one was talking about it,
You were
I
still
kept on
in there.
investing,
Yeah.
every month. And then when it kind of blew up again in 2020, it was like, all right, all that time of the like dollar cost averaging is paying off.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's kind of the same thing where it's like taking profits, moving into stable coins. It's kind of what I'm doing here and there. But yeah, it's kind of tough to say it's going to be the same. But usually, yeah, it doesn't end well when coins like Dogecoin, Shiba, altcoin, when like people are making so much easy money, it doesn't end well usually.
Yeah. What was it like? We started having. I was reading. I don't know. I'm type of person like once I start getting into something, I want to learn more about it. I want to go back and learn the history. And I was learning about like in 2017, it was like all the rage was like ICOs. Like everybody was having some kind of IC, which for everybody it's like a coin offering, which is instead of an IPO, you had initial coin offerings, and that was happening all over the place. And so it just
Ethereum
reminded me.
was the gateway drug
Yeah.
for shit coins or altcoins. ICOs. I remember. Yeah, that was all the rage in 2017. Yeah.
So now I'm just kind of like, so every time I just think back to the history and I'm just like, okay, are we going through this again? Because it seems like we are, because first of all, now
Yeah.
people are just abusing it. and coming out, like you said, all the poop coins that are coming out of here all the time, and your favorite creator is trying to take advantage. It's just like all kinds of stuff is happening. So it's also like on one side, I'm like, there's really cool technology happening here.
Yeah.
But then on the other side, I'm also like, there's a lot of people that are going to get hurt if they keep just doing what they're doing.
Yeah. It comes down to like in cryptocurrency, I would say risk management is also very important, right? So it's like same thing with stocks, like have some speculative positions, but it's okay to take profits and take something off the table, because I mean, people have a short memory, but in June, you know, Bitcoin went from like 65,000 to 28,000. Everyone was panicking. And I actually sent a text to my buddy. And I was like, oh, I'm increasing my buys now because it's like, it's fallen 50%. Fantastic. Yep. I was excited. And then all of a sudden it shot back up to 50. I'm like, damn it.
I was like, this is not, that's actually what I thought.
I was actually hoping for a crypto bear market, honestly. I love bear markets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
oh man,
you know, when it bounced back, and I think honestly, it could push to like 100,000. And crypto in general is hard to call price targets. I think most of them are BS. Really the only thing you can say is like demand versus supply.
Yep.
It's like if demand and the adoption model of cryptocurrency is at the beginning, I don't care about your price targets. Like I want some exposure, because if the demand is increasing, the supply isn't increasing that much, then like the value will go up.
Yep.
It's just that simple, right?
Yep.
It just comes to a point where in the short term, it gets really out of whack in like the speculation piece. Now, every wave, something good happens. Like the thing I'm excited about the most, honestly, is DeFi.
Oh yeah.
Like the DeFi space has grown tremendously, right? Like you said, 2017, you had ICOs. That was like a big deal, that I could create a Colin coin in 5 minutes and like ICO and raise money. Now you have like these DeFi projects that are legitimate.
Yep.
You have entire exchanges or the NFTs, like all this stuff. And there's a ton of value in projects that are really cool being built on like DeFi. So it's like every speculative wave, like there is more grounding and like this is legitimate.
Yep.
Right. So you have like Dogecoin, you have Shiba Inu, right? But then you also have some really cool projects that like have utility.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, utility is going to win out.
That's fine.
When speculation goes away.
Yep.
So as long as you're, you know, in projects that people actually use, and it's not just like, this is funny, we're making money. I don't know what's going on, but we're making money.
I hope you enjoyed that little snippet of the Rambling Mind podcast. If you want more of the Rambling Mind podcast, or if you want to listen to the whole episode that you just heard, go check it out on any podcast listening platform, whether that be Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Breaker, Stitcher. I could go on, but you guys already know which podcast you love to use to listen to. So go check it out. Link down in the description as well. I'm going to catch y'all later. Peace.